What if I told you that one of the most celebrated stats in basketball history has a mysterious beginning nobody can fully agree on? I'm talking about the triple-double, the stat that defines legends like Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook may not even have a clear origin story. Who actually recorded the first triple-double in NBA history? Andy Phillips? Dolph Schayes? Or someone whose performance was lost forever in dusty archives? Today, we'll travel back to the early 1950s, into a world of incomplete box scores, forgotten newspapers, and missing records, to uncover the truth behind the first triple-double ever. Stick around, because this is one story where history itself might have gotten the score wrong. Section 1. The power of the triple-double. Before we dive into history, let's set the stage. A triple-double means hitting double digits in 3 major categories, most often points, rebounds, and assists, in a single game. It's basketball's ultimate showcase of versatility. In the modern NBA, it's a badge of honor. Russell Westbrook once averaged a triple-double for multiple seasons. Nikola Jokic casually racks them up in the playoffs. LeBron James and Magic Johnson built their legacies on filling every stat line. But here's the twist. In the early years of the NBA, stats were tracked inconsistently. Rebounds were recorded, but assists had different definitions depending on who was keeping score. Blocks and steals weren't tracked at all until 1973 to 74. So when we ask, who had the first triple-double? The answer isn't simple. It's tangled in incomplete records, conflicting newspapers, and debates among historians. Section 2. Candidate number 1. Andy Phillips. The most common answer you'll hear is Andy Phillips of the Philadelphia Warriors. On December 14, 1950, Phillips reportedly put up 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. On paper, that looks like the first triple-double ever recorded. Phillips wasn't a superstar. He was more of a role player. But in that game against the Fort Wayne Pistons, his stat line checks all 3 boxes. The catch? Some of the official record books didn't consistently track assists back then. Certain newspapers credited him with 10, others reported fewer. And the NBA's own archives don't list every assist for that night. So, did Andy Phillips make history? Maybe. But the lack of reliable, consistent data leaves a cloud of doubt. Still, he remains one of the strongest candidates and is often the name mentioned first when historians discuss this mystery. Section 3. Candidate number 2. Dolph Schayes. Another major candidate is Dolph Schayes, the Syracuse Nationals big man, who would go on to become a Hall of Famer. On February 8, 1951, Schayes reportedly dropped 18 points, 22 rebounds, and 13 assists. That's a monster stat line by any standard, especially in an era when big men weren't expected to dish out assists. Unlike Phillips, Schayes was already a star, so his performances were widely covered. But again, record-keeping is the problem. Some box scores from that night confirm the triple-double. Others are missing critical categories. What makes Schayes stand out is not just the numbers, but the dominance. 22 rebounds and 13 assists alongside double-digit scoring. If Phillips's record is shaky, many historians argue that Schayes deserves the title of the first true triple-double in NBA history. But wait, there are even more names in the running. Section 4. Other early performances and the problem of records. Besides Phillips and Schayes, a few other early players get honorable mentions. Ed Macauley, a Boston Celtics star, reportedly had triple-double-like games in 1951. Even Bob Cousy, known as the Houdini of the hardwood, Had games in the early 50s where he likely racked up enough assists and rebounds to qualify. But again, complete records don't survive. And here lies the biggest problem: statistical reliability. In the 1950s, who was keeping score mattered. Some statisticians were generous with assists, others stingy. An assist back then might only count if the receiver scored immediately without dribbling. Today, the definition is looser. Many box scores were lost entirely. Remember, this was the newspaper era. If the local paper didn't print it, and the NBA didn't save it, that game is gone forever. To make matters worse, the phrase triple-double didn't even exist until decades later. Statisticians only went back through old box scores once the term gained popularity in the 1980s, thanks to Harvey Pollack, a legendary NBA statistician. So, we're left with an unsolved puzzle: multiple candidates, incomplete evidence, and no definitive answer. Section 5. Why the triple-double became legendary. Despite the murky beginning, the triple-double became one of the NBA's most iconic stats. Why? Because it tells the story of a player who can do it all. Oscar Robertson famously averaged a triple-double for an entire season in 1961-62. For decades, that record felt untouchable. Then came Magic Johnson, who turned the triple-double into Showtime entertainment during the Lakers' golden era. Fast forward, LeBron James built part of his legacy on being a consistent triple-double threat, while Russell Westbrook shattered Robertson's records, averaging triple-doubles across multiple seasons. And now, Nikola Jokic redefines the stat as a center, proving it's not just for guards. The stat has evolved into a measuring stick for greatness, a way to show complete dominance over every aspect of the game. That's why fans today care so much about knowing who did it first. History gives the stat its weight. Section 6. The ongoing debate and legacy. Even today, historians and fans debate the first triple-double. Some lean toward Andy Phillips. Others argue Dolph Schayes. Some even believe earlier players achieved it, but their records were lost. What's undeniable is that the triple-double is more than just numbers. It's a symbol of basketball evolution. It reflects how the game grew from a one-dimensional focus on scoring into a multi-skill showcase. The first triple-double, whoever achieved it, planted the seed for what would become one of basketball's most iconic measures of greatness. And whether you believe it was Phillips, Schayes, or someone lost to history, their impact is still felt every time a player notches a triple-double today. Outro. So here's the big question. Who do you think truly recorded the first triple-double in NBA history? Was it Andy Phillips, Dolph Schayes, or maybe a forgotten legend lost to time? Drop your answer in the comments. I'll be pinning the most interesting theory. If you enjoyed this deep dive into NBA history, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Because here, we don't just cover the highlights, we uncover the hidden stories that shaped the game we love. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hooping, keep questioning, and never stop loving the history of basketball.